January 2009. I almost said 2019. Ready, set, fish. We're going fishing, boys. Woo! Alright, cool. That was some weird texturing, because like I walked past it and it made it look like it was moving. It was weird. What if it was moving?
Well, this is new for Coda. It's an actual puzzle. Go ahead and see if you can solve it.
Ooh, spooky. Okay. Where does this room go? Just want to make sure. Okay. Okay, so we're stuck in here now.
Don't forget that solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon. We're gonna see it a lot.
3 black dots.
So that seems to be it, right? You walk down a corridor, you solve a puzzle, you get to the end.
We did it,
Simple
boys!
enough. Alright, now I'm going to modify the game again, so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
Holy crap! So, are there any...
How about that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing. I actually find it funny that this game comes after the Stairs game, since they essentially convey the opposite idea. So, in the Stairs game, a dull exterior concealed a rich interior. And then, in this level, a dull interior hides this fantastic outer world. Either way, I think that the point is the same, is that most of the time you don't get to know what you're missing, or even that you're missing anything. That's not your role as a player. So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
To learn. Oh, we're here again. We're now exiting.
Aha! So, this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow. It could even be that the Stairs game and the puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in, some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them. And once we have, we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
Okay. Dude, alright. Great and lovely descent. Okay, we're falling! Courage the Cowardly Dog. That's immediately what came to mind.
Let's talk about video game development for a second.
Okay.
Every video game runs on what's called an engine, which determines what the game can and cannot do. So in other words,
by the way, I'm looking
engine
to get
is a
into.
set of tools for game development. To make all of these games, Coda is using an engine called Source. Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly. One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors. That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with what the engine does well.
Wow.
The tools available to the creator shape what kinds of creative work they're going to end up making. You might consider paying attention to the architecture in Coda's games, to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors.
Yeah, I noticed it kind of looked like, because he said the first thing he made was a CS map, and that made sense that he would make it in the Source engine, and then everything else just kind of looked the same after that, so it made sense that it would all be in the same engine as the first one, which was the Source engine. Alright, I fell. I got the long fall boots. We're freaking, we're what's her name from Portal. Can we go in here? I want to go in here. No, I can't. Yeah, so everything's derived from the source engine, which makes sense. Alright, why is there the sun? Hello? I have a feeling this is going to be a scene from... Alright, cool. That actually scared me a bit. I have a feeling, I just got the feeling of, this is going to end like that scene from,
This prison, funny enough, in Coda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go. If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that.
Alright, cool.
This is something that he and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible? And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in and nothing else. Believe me, I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere. There wasn't.
Okay, what I was trying to say was that I got the feeling of just the end of Cabin in the Woods. Just like a bunch of monsters just everywhere. Oh, spoiler alert, by the way. Oh, we're outside now.
It's the puzzle again, with the exact same solution as the last time.
Easy peasy.
There's still no clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that Coda is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
Thank you. I'm digging the music in the background. It makes it feel like really trippy. Oh. Okay. Alright. Hi there.
Here, Coda begins using a kind of dialogue system that he fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities. Use the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
Yes, please. Let's go with the blocks, because I feel like that's more significant than a prison. I've been there, yes. No, I don't remember. Yeah. Why would we hide anything from the talking boxes? Again, perfect. Please tell us you solved it. Tell us the solution. Tell us how to get to the other side. Trust me, you don't. Must be an ending. There's nothing. I'm just clicking on every little thing to see if there's any... Oh, okay. Hi. Yeah, the smoke. I knew there was a significance in the smoke. Yeah, it made me feel really uneasy. Because I felt like a giant mouth was going to come out of the ground and eat me. Let's see it again soon. Oh, good! Awesome, thank you. Go through the door, please. Game, thank you. I'm going to slowly lose my mind playing this game. I swear.
And so we make one last descent down to the final floor of the level.
Which there's another puzzle. Ah! Oh, gosh. We're outside.
It's a lamppost. Okay, I can't
He was
tell
a
you
fan
quite
of Chronicles
why,
of
but
Narnia.
For some reason,
Knew
Coda
it.
fixates on this lamppost. It's going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out. I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, and maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long.
I think he's a fan of
Now he
C.S.
wants
Lewis.
something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something.
He wants the lamppost.
He wants a destination,
The lamppost.
which is what this lamppost is.
It's like
a
Mario, you gotta
destination.
like, da-ding!
We're going to see it in the work as well. His games are just going to become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them.
Good.
And as we go, that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
Cool. Let's go. Yeah.
Feel me like a Hellcat.